Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information related to practice meditation. Because most of time when you want to practice meditation, maybe you have different reasons for that, but still, sometimes if you don't have a very clear foundation or understanding or the knowledge about the techniques or how to practice, then itself, it creates a kind of like a doubt, and that doubt can lead you to have some kind of laziness. So that laziness by the time will take you out of the path. So it is better yourself to know and become very clear when you practice and know why you practice and how to do this and what are the results that you can gain, where are you heading. So basically, practicing meditation means people have different methods, techniques, patterns, but here we mainly try to develop two kinds of mental practice. One is called tranquility meditation, another one called vipassana meditation. So tranquility meditation will help you to calm down the mind and bring your mind to one pointness and have the tranquility state. And at the same time, using that tranquility state, you can develop the vipassana knowledge or the critical analytical understanding. So this both you have to focus towards inside, within your own body and mind. So that is the important thing. Not about the outside the world. It's about inside you. Because what you experience within yourself is your own world. So when it comes to us, when it comes to our world, when it comes to our life, we depending on our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So then there are 6 objects. So out of that 6 objects, mainly we can find 5 objects from the outside world. For the eye object, the colors, the pictures, the forms. For the ear, the sound, nose, the smell or the aroma. Tongue, the taste, body, the sensation. So our mind always engage with objects. This is very important to understand. Object and knowing, this both interconnected. And if you look very carefully to yourself, when you mean by living or understanding or experiencing life means you engage with the object and knowing that object. So when it comes to our deeper mind, we always merge with object, and it is very difficult for us to break it down. So that's why even that for meditation, we take the breathing. So then it becomes a mental object. So by the time you can feel it. So even though you can't see it, certain level, but you know, so by the time once you start to feel, so it's become object to you. So this object and knowing is not a separate thing. It happens together, but it is not a one thing. That is the important thing. It's kind of like a color and the object. So the form and the color is two different things, but it comes together. But when it comes to the world, with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, when we engage with objects, we always take this all together. And at the same time, all the objects has a nature with the now, it arises with knowing, and knowing always arising and passing. So the object also arising and passing, and then our knowing, the object also knowing and passing. But always when we look outside, we don't see this inner behavior. And then we caught up on this idea of the forms, structure, shape, and then the name. So this all, but there is a way that it separate. So as example, so this cup, so the shape is not the cup, but, and the name is also not this cup. So we use the cup, the name, to recognize this, but it is not this cup. Then just telling the name, you can have it, but no. And the color is, even though it appears with it, the color you can separate. And the name you can separate. So the form you can separate. But your recognition arises with this all together. That is where you recognize this as a cup. So like that, when things go fast, when things happen so fast, we can't separate things, we can't recognize this. So then we hold this everything as one. Deeper in our mind, as you know, the way we have to have the object, and then the I, and then that all come together, I consciousness arise, and that is mean knowing arise. Ear, sound, ear consciousness, knowing arise. Knows object, knows consciousness, knowing arise. Tongue, taste, tongue object, consciousness, knowing arise. The body object, body consciousness, knowing arise. And when it arises, so that the three things together happens, object and subject. When it happens within yourself, when it comes to the deeper vipassana level, there are three things happens. Listen this very carefully and try to catch it. So there are three kind of like hindrance, blockages, barriers. So one is called vipaka varana. Vipaka varana. So vipaka varana means when you see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, feel something, that already it happens to you as a result of this body. Just imagine if you are a 10-year-old, you can't experience this way. So if you are a 20 years old, you experience this different way. So now today what you experience is itself is a kind of like a very result of you. But still that what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel is not the exactly the object you feel. We can't see that object. We don't recognize the eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object as it is. If it is so, then no need the Buddha or no need Dharma or no need practice. Because you recognize it as it is, then what? Then because that recognition take you to clear understanding. But the thing is, we have to remember, if you look your own life, so what you saw, what you thought, what you understood, what you knew is not exactly right. So then how it happened? Why it happened then? From where that things go wrong? So that's why you should know the very deeper mechanism of us. So the very first level you have to remember, even though you see, hear, smell, taste, feel, you have to remember the very first thing. It depends on the, according to the body that you carry within yourself, that it's kind of like the very result of your lifestyle. Just imagine if you drunk, then what you see going to change. So that means that your action itself creates some kind of situation around you. And if you feel so high, so then maybe you're not going to feel the same way like this. And if you take some medicine and drowsy or sleepy, then you're not going to experience this exactly like this. So that means in this very moment, even though you see something, hear something, it's not exactly you see, because that your all past experience and whatever the capacity you developed so far in you, effect for the moment with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness. So that is the one thing, but the very first level of seeing. So the seeing happen as a result of merits or the karma. So your eye in this very moment, not whatever you have done in this very moment. So already whatever you have done in your lifestyle brought your eye to this level. So ear, like that, nose like that, your body like that, your mind like that. Just imagine You listen here like this, and the same person, if you 10 years backward, you go into a different university and start a different kind of subject and learn something different. And maybe today you understand this in different ways. So that's why it's a vipakavarana. So the very scene, with the moment of experience ourselves that we go through, itself a result of something. So if you are capable to see the exactly things like as it is, hear, smell, taste, then it is a different kind of skill and experience. But you bound to your own past lifestyle. That is your foundation. So understand that. So that's why whatever you do today, and it's going to become foundation for you tomorrow. So whatever you do in this lifetime, going to become foundation for the next life. So like that, it's connect each other. And the next one is klesavarana. So when you perceive something, you recognize out of that perceiving. So you see something as a result of your previous actions, previous karma, and that very moment, the recognition arises. So as remember this, even though we separately mention this, everything come together and happen so fast. Because when you see, you recognize. So as I mentioned from the beginning, the color and the shape we can't separate, but it is two different things. So like that, remember that what you perceive and your recognition. So your recognition come out of your deeper mental formations or the cankers, sanskara, your past experience, previous habitual pattern, or another thing is your knowledge, your wisdom that you carry within yourself. So that whatever that you believe or you follow will help for you to recognize what you perceive. So it is a different part. So you perceiving something as a result of this with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So you perceive something as a result of your previous karma, and out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind consciousness, the recognition arises as a result of your deeper this mental behavior. And at the same time, the next one is kammavarana. Kammavarana means the reaction. So most of the time we think like this. We see something and then maybe we recognize it later, and then we react after some time. That's reasonable. We think that is our life. But here what I want to mention, it's not like that. So when you see something, in that very moment, the recognition happens. And not only that, this is the very important part that you have to remember. When you see something, when you hear something, when you smell something, taste something, feel something, in that very moment, the recognition happens and at the same time, already reaction also happens. Maybe you don't do it. It doesn't come out of your body as a bodily action. But already your mind react to it. That's why for a person, you're not going to blame suddenly. You can't do it. You blame why? Because that whatever that happened in that very moment, it already react in your mind to blame. You already blame to that person. Then later, it comes as a result. So everything same. You seeing things, perceive things, recognize things, reactions happens. It's the mental process, not physical level. This always 24/7, right on the moment. In that very moment, just imagine then with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, always with the object, and knowing happens and the reactions happen. There's no gap. There is no interval period. There is no separation. It's always kind of like a network with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Always the reactions is there. So that is where another karma you create. So then seeing itself, the recognize itself, reaction itself keep happening. And then already, so that your inner behavior itself govern this mechanism inside you. So physically, we can kind of like have a kind of like a very nice, good looking, kind of like comfortable, so happy mood. But this process inside, it doesn't change. Always remember, you can wear the high heels, but that doesn't mean when you put kind of like if you fill any application, if they ask the height, you're never going to put that high heels height there. You, of course, it make kind of like a 2-3 inches difference when people look, but your height not going to change because you wear high heels. You wear many different kind of garments. It look beautiful, but that doesn't mean it's going to change your skin color. No, it's not going to do that. You can put many kind of makeup. It look very nice, but that doesn't mean it's going to change your face. No, it's not going to change your face. So like that, we maintain this surface level of life. Even we have no idea what is happening inside us. So that's why deeper when you go into the vipassana level, you are capable to recognize this. Even though these three things happens together, like as one thing, seeing, that's mean perceiving, recognizing, reacting. These three things like this at once happens. But when you become sharp, clear, slow down, and when you deeper practice little by little, when you are capable to understand the behavior of the mind, and when you are capable to recognize the object and the knowing, so by the time you can see there is a little gap in between seeing recognizing and reacting. Once you find the gap, you done. So in the very first level, you have to know this, because most of the time we don't know this. So now you heard this, and now you know. And most of the time we don't put attention to that. We try to maintain our life on the outside level. But end of the day, it doesn't make any sense. So then that's why I always develop the ability to have this introspection, go deeper into you. So you have to slow down a little bit. You have to be kind of like aware. The important part as a technique that you can practice. So whatever the perceiving and whatever come to you, just let it be. Don't react. Let it be. It doesn't matter what it is. Just let it be. Don't react. That's a technique that you can catch this. And you slow down the reaction. You don't go with the reaction. You allow any feelings, or whatever you see, whatever you hear, smell, taste, feel, thoughts come to you. You don't react to that. You just see it and let it be. So in that way, by the time what happened, in that very moment, you don't go into interfere with your ideas and try to recognize it. And you are not trying to react in that very moment to the recognition. So then you create a gap in between recognizing and reacting. So you seeing happens, the perceiving happens, but not reacting. So in that very moment, you drop the future, this creating karmas. So otherwise, always, it's already, when you see something means, when you hear something means, when you smell something means, when you taste something means, feel something means, already that you know means you create a karma. You create your future. Because the recognition come out of deeper your inner behavior. We recognize things with our self-identity. We recognize the world. We know the world with the certain kind of habitual patterns. And then what happens when you maintain it, the world also start to react, to respond to that. Then you have to go with it. Just imagine you like to eat something. So then you say, oh, I love this. Oh, I am so excited to eat this. Like that, you know. So then what will happen by the time? Other people start to bring it to you to make you so excited, to make you more happy. So that means that whatever your recognition develop the future. Or sometimes you say, oh, I hate to go there. So then all other family members, everybody, when they want to go, just imagine it is a kind of like a beautiful park or mountain or hike or beach or kind of like a vacation area. So just imagine next year when they try to go into a vacation, when they plan, if somebody come with that name, they say, no, we can't go there because he or she hate that place. We have to go somewhere else. See, that your recognition Your reaction already create the world. It affects others. But can you have a moment without reacting? Just only because we have to perceive, we can't ignite, we can't resist the world. We have seeing, hearing, smell, taste, feel, thoughts happening to us. Even you attain to the enlightenment, it will keep happening. So whatever around the world, you're going to see. You're not going to have a different kind of eye, and then once you attain to enlightenment, this world not going to change for you. No, this is the same thing. So then the seeing will happen. The experience will come to you. The experience means the perceiving, the perception will come to you, but still. Recognition and reaction going to be up to you. So then, especially be very careful when you see things. Most of time, when you hear, mostly, we have only 6 things this with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So then, when you see, when you hear, when you smell, taste, feel, think, don't do it with the base of greed, hatred, and the delusion. Because if it is so, then the recognition also going to follow that current, reaction also going to follow that current. So when you experience, let it be, and be careful and watch yourself and not to have a greed, hatred, or the delusion. 3 things, that's it. And then you will see it arising, passing, arising, passing. If you don't catch it, arising, passing, arising, passing. So whatever this experience, knowing, even in our mind, arising, passing. And sometimes bored, excited, relaxed, annoyed, happy, unhappy, sad, worry, disappointment, So these all thoughts, but you are not touching it. Arising, passing, arising, passing. So in that way, you will see, you become an experiencer, not a reactor. So once you come to that, from that point where to go. But before you come to that point, we can't decide where to go. But first you have to come to that point. So then remember, there are 3 things: seeing, recognizing, reacting. These all 3 things happens, it look like together. Remember the example: form, color, shape. This when it comes to a cup or any material thing. This all together, but it's not the same. It's separate. You can separate. So like that, you can separate these 3 things when you deeply observe. Once you are capable to separate, then your reactions not going to happen the way it used to be. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So when you observe your inhalation, exhalation, now deeper observe inside you and see how that you can experience within the moment you practice. So then, rather than reacting, just experience. Let it come. Let the inhalation, exhalation, let the sensation happen, and learn to watch. So whatever happen around you, Just be an experiencer. Don't react to that. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. So be comfortable with your posture and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out, 3 times, please. And now allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, just see it, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. Your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light to spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavatacha sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.